Hi everyone, this is Gayle. I appreciate you watching this. In my last video of the Donna Cato feather cane, I mentioned that there was a lot going on with me and, I got hair sticking up. Oh well, you just see me the way I am. I mentioned that I had a lot going on, had a lot of decisions to make, and some of it's very exciting. First off, I wanted to tell you that, well, it's one of these good news, bad news kind of thing. The bad news is I may have to slack off a little bit in my videos for polymer clay. When I say a little bit, instead of doing 2 videos a week, some weeks I may only get 1 done. The reason is, which is the good news, is I have been accepted as a design team member for Tupelo Designs LLC. And they are a fantastic company. I've started buying some of my paper craft items from them. And I think I've mentioned before that I've gotten into card making, and I'm really excited about some of the things I'm doing with that. Of course, I'm not making cards, I'm making other things, but I've got something I'm making for my children for Christmas that I hope they'll like. But I had found Tupelo Designs. It caught my eye because their logo is a greyhound, and having 3 greyhounds here in the house, it's near and dear to my heart. And I bought something from them one time, and what is so great, they ship almost right away. If they don't ship the same day, they ship the next day, and shipping is always free. I mean, always. I don't care if you just buy a package of stickers. Shipping is free. It is awesome because, sometimes you go somewhere and you get a really good price on something, but then when you add the shipping in, it makes it even more expensive than you were hoping to have to pay. So their shipping is always free. They have a rewards program. You get points for your purchases. Excuse me, my nose is itching. You get, I think, 500 points just for signing up for their rewards program. Well, that's $5 off of your next order. Every 100 points is $1 that you get off of your next purchase. And then all your purchase points, I think you get 2 points for every $1 you spend. So in addition to free shipping, you can get free items with free shipping. That makes it even better. But anyway, that's not why I'm here. I'm just excited about that. I'm not sure why they accepted me, since I explained to them that I was a polymer clay artist that was just beginning with cards. But they talked to the owner, and he was, I think, excited to start adding polymer clay into their inventory. So right now their supplies are very limited, but last week they didn't have any at all. So he's adding little by little as he's able to order, and polymer clay. And I'm sure with our, as we get more familiar with each other, I can explain some of the tools and things that they would be interested in carrying for polymer clay people. But anyway, part of being a design team member, one of the requirements is I need to make 1 video a week with something using their products or products that are available on their website. And right now, it's going to be difficult to do some polymer clay tutorials because they really don't have the variety of colors that I would need to do most of my videos, especially if I'm making a pretty cane or something. If they've only got 2 or 3 colors and then I don't have black or white, it's things like that we need to work out. So I may have to make one of my 2 videos a week that I do for you. One might end up being something that either I've done before, but I'm going to be using their products so I can do it again, or I can maybe do a few paper items. Maybe you'd be interested in seeing the cards I make. I don't know. Or what I'm making. I hate to kind of show it in case my family sees it, but I don't think any of my family is watching my videos. They're not into clay, and I'm sure they think that's all this is about. So maybe I'll do one just to show you what I'm making for them for Christmas. I think it's something that as you get older and, you start thinking about things like every Christmas, and this is what started my paper interest. Every Christmas, we get together on Christmas Eve as a family. All the kids come into town. We get together with my sister and her kids, and we all get together and we eat and we play and we just have a wonderful time. And every year I want to make something different for the, we usually have finger food and things and cookies and stuff like that. And I've been making the same thing for years. And every year I say, oh, please, let me, I think I'll make such and such. And, oh, no, you need to make whatever. They say their best gift is when I do a lot of baking at Christmas and I end up giving them batches of cookies and cakes and things. They just love it. So I got to thinking that, when I'm gone and leave this world and go to a better world, nobody's going to have my recipes. Or even, it'll be one set of recipes that I might have written down on an index card stuck in my recipe box. And I don't, if there's 3 kids and they all want the same recipe, that makes a mess. So what I've decided to do is to make a recipe book for each one of my kids with my favorite recipes in it, the things they like for me to cook. And then add places for them to put their own recipes and insert maybe some recipe cards. So that's what my project is. So you may end up seeing something on that as time goes by. I'm not at a point yet where I can really show you what I'm doing. But anyway, so, I just wanted to let you know that I know I promised you 2 videos a week. There may be some weeks I can't do that if I have to do a paper video in order to fulfill my video time with Tupelo Designs, LLC. Then there's another problem. I'm retired. I'm living on Social Security and a small pension. And, money's tight. And, excuse me if I get emotional because I don't do things like this very often. But I have in the past worked for Michaels during Christmas. I usually start towards the end of September, early October, and then work through till January. And it gives me the money that I need to, buy Christmas gifts or buy my clay supplies. I mean, you all know, if you're working with clay now, that, you can use your supplies just so long and then you need more, and mainly clay. And my budget just doesn't have the flexibility of being able to add a lot of clay or other, inventory items to my stash. And now that I'm doing paper, it's even worse because I don't have anything for, all the tools and gadgets for working with paper. So I've been struggling with something and I've decided not to do this. But once you meet 1,000 subscribers, you're eligible on YouTube to start charging for your videos. Well, I just can't find myself doing that. That's not the purpose and why I'm sharing with you what I'm sharing. Excuse me, again, I get very emotional. Let me just take a deep breath. I just don't want to do that because that would just defeat my purpose. That's what I was saying. I wanted to be able to share what I know with you. And hopefully you would take this and pass it on to other people, because polymer clay is an awesome medium and it's very difficult to get people to accept it as an artistic method. They look at it as a child's craft. And if they had any idea how complicated and intricate some of our items can be and the talent that's required to make these. I have one friend, Mary Lamoureux, who's no longer doing clay, which really breaks my heart, but she is awesome. And when I first met her, all she had for tools was a razor blade and a toothpick. but she made the most exquisite pictures. You know, it's almost like painting with clay, but at the time, she has done some painting with clay, and she has done some tutorials on painting with clay, but more like forming huge pictures that were like reefs with fish and jellyfish and coral and seaweed and things like that, in a gorgeous, huge, you know, maybe 14 by whatever, huge pictures. And they were absolutely beautiful. She did a series on bugs. She did a series on animals. I've got a couple in my basement hanging on the wall in my room down in the basement. That is, one of them is a gorgeous fish. I don't even know what it is, but it's gorgeous. I've got one of a cat. I don't remember if it's a tiger or whatever, but they're just awesome. And I'll take pictures of them and show them to you one day. But I don't even know where I was heading with this. I was talking about Mary. Oh, but spreading the word. But Mary was very generous in sharing her knowledge with people. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to share what you know. And Mary has MS. And there was a time when she could not speak. Her MS travels around her body and she couldn't speak. And she had her art on display. And I went to see her display, and it was awesome. It was just beautiful. And a painting artist came in, and he was looking at it, and he was going, oh, this is very good. This is very good. And she had a little tablet that she was writing out what she wanted to say, and she handed it to me, and she goes, tell him about the clay. Tell him about the clay. So when I told him that every color that he saw on that picture was clay, there was no paint, it was 100% polymer clay, he was so amazed and said, you have far more talent than anyone I have ever met. So people need to see that. They need, you know, I've even had my family who knows I do not paint. When I make a pretty pair of earrings or something, they'll say, oh, how did you paint those fine little lines? And I have to tell them again, it's not paint, it's all polymer clay. So the more of you that learn this medium and use it and spread it, then the more the world is going to accept the polymer clay as, you know, a valid artistic medium. So it's important that I share what I have and not charge. I have another option, and again, I don't know that I'm going to do this either. Right now, YouTube is having a problem with this, so I imagine that's maybe for people like me that don't really know what they want to do. But there is an option where you can, it's called fan funding, where I can set up an account, and anyone that feels like donating $1, $2, or whatever, you know, are free to do that. And then, I mean, it's not a requirement, but there will be a link if you wanted to help fund my madness. And I've thought about doing that and just making it voluntary, but I haven't really decided if I'm going to do that either. So right now my decision is whether I'm going to go back to work for Michaels or not. Because if I go back to work for Michaels, I don't know that I'll be able to do any videos, because they require a certain number of hours, even part-time. And during the busy season, once Halloween hits, you work, I was working 5 and 6 days a week, and there just wouldn't be time. So I've got some decisions to make and choices to make. And, if you want to leave your input in the comments below this video, I would appreciate it. That would be tremendous. It would help me a lot. But just wanted to have this heart-to-heart with you, share my news about being on the Tupelo Designs LLC design team, and also just to explain where I am in my life right now with the holidays coming up. You try to avoid thinking about holidays, but I think with, the paper crafts and everything, it's got me thinking Christmas. So I just want you to know I love all of you. I appreciate your support. You've been so gracious to me in your comments and in your praises, and I love everything I'm seeing you do. I have a video up where I have my 1,000 subbies challenge. please, look at the video if you haven't already. Make something using one of my canes or anything that I've taught you in polymer clay and post it on my YouTube page, on my Facebook page. And on the 28th of August, whatever Sunday is, I've got it it's in the video. But whatever the Sunday is, right around the 28th, 29th of August, I'll be doing a drawing. And hopefully somebody will win some of the wonderful prizes that I've got available. So I've shared my heart, shed a few tears. Sorry about that. But I just wanted to let you know where I was and that I appreciate every last one of you so much. So I'll be talking to you soon. Happy claying. Bye-bye.